How big a debt does Justin Trudeau owe the union movement? I'm Brian Lilly with TheRebel.media. We know that Justin Trudeau and the Liberals are beholden to the union movement in Canada, but now we're getting a better idea of just how beholden he truly is. This is thanks to filings with Elections Canada on third-party election spending, but more importantly, filings that U.S.-based unions are required to submit. Because of those, we now know that unions literally spent millions of dollars to oust Stephen Harper and the Conservatives and pave the way for Trudeau. Do you remember back to last summer when the U.S.-style super PAC Engage Canada began pushing their left-wing, anti-Harper messages using ads filled with lies?
Income for the wealthiest 5% has increased 12 times faster than for the rest of Canadians. Now, in a faltering economy, the Conservative plan still neglects most Canadians. With no new investments for jobs, cuts to economic development, and a $36 billion cut to healthcare. With the Conservatives, you and your family just aren't in the picture. The Harper Conservatives, they won't be there for you.
Well, those ads cost money. So did the infrastructure to support the making, distribution of the ads. We were told at the time that Engage could have amassed as much as $10 million from unions to defeat Stephen Harper. Turns out that may not be so far off the mark, because we now know that just 2 unions gave Engage Canada $2 million. That doesn't even include any of the big unions in Canada, like Unifor, the Public Service Alliance, or others. And some of the American-based unions that represent Canadian workers, they haven't filed their full paperwork yet. They have until April 30th to do so. But so far, we know that the IAFF, the International Association of Firefighters, they gave Engage $500,000. They gave this in installments of $100,000 on April 2nd of 2015, then $200,000 on June 2nd, and finally another $200,000 on July 9th, just as the big ad buy was launching. This is the same union that Trudeau spoke to, bragging about what he's done for the union movement.
I hope this gives you a sense of what we've been able to accomplish so far. As I said, our government is just 5 months old, but I'm happy with the progress we've been able to make even in such a short time. Putting an end to legislation that unfairly targets unions.
Any media questions or scrutiny of this quid pro quo? No, not at all, except from myself. But thanks to the very type of transparency that Trudeau will do away with for Canadian-based unions, we know about the $500,000 spent to put him in office. And we also know about the staggering $1.5 million spent by the steelworkers to get Trudeau elected. Now, the steelworkers paid out to Engage in 2 different installments. $750,000 was one of those payments on March of 2015, another $750,000 in June. Since Engage Canada shut down when the writ was dropped and the official campaign began, we don't know what they spent on advertising. We don't know the rest of their donors. But trust me when I tell you that they took in millions more from unions, Unifor in particular. The goal of Engage was simple: defeat Stephen Harper and the Conservatives, and then make sure that either Justin Trudeau and the Liberals or Tom Mulcair and the New Democrats replaced him. It was really that simple. In the end, it was Trudeau and the Liberals, and now he owes the Labour movement a debt. One he's repaying with moves such as Bill C-4, the bill to do away with secret ballots and union transparency on how the billions collected in dues money is spent. There's more to tell you on this file, and I'll bring you more in coming days. Canada's Labour movement helped buy the election for Trudeau. His massive majority that we keep hearing about, the one obtained with just 39% of the vote, that came from union money. Canadians love to sneer about Americans and their big money political system. Well, here the big money isn't from corporations or wealthy robber barons. It's from union bosses who are pushing their own political agenda, one their members often don't agree with. Where's the scrutiny in the Canadian media of this phenomenon? It's not there. They would rather tell you about Trudeau's mastery of quantum computing at a staged event, or write about his sock collection or his yoga moves. J.J. McCullough, the commentator, political cartoonist, he calls this the North Koreanification of Canada's news media, and he's right. If other journalists would bother to look, they would find this story. They could tell this story. But that might take work, and it probably isn't as fun as writing about socks. Trudeau's links and his debt to union bosses and their deep pockets needs to be explored. The others won't do it, so we will.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of The Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.